The 2025 season is over. It's actually already ended 2 weeks ago, but here we are to recap the 2025 season. I'm joined by Ethan, our editor at Domestique. Welcome, mate.
Hello, Bram. It's been a little bit of a, let's call it our off-season break kind of thing. The end of the season was a good one, actually. Lombardia and obviously Guangxi in the fight for the WorldTour. It went down to the wire, didn't it really? I mean, with Cofidis and UnoX, as a fan, I'm not being biased. It was a bit
Sure.
nervy at times, but yeah, I mean, it was fun. The end of season racing. I don't know how you find it. I mean, there's a burnout kind of thing, isn't there? I think many people have after the Vuelta, where people just get a bit bored, don't they, of cycling? I mean, it's after the Tour as well, I think. You know, that like period in between.
Yeah, the period in between Tour and Vuelta is always like a little bit rough because you kind of do have that burnout, and then same thing after the season ends. You kind of just like, whew, okay, let's settle down a little bit. But yeah, end of season racing, Guangxi. I'm not a fan of Guangxi, and like it was also not very exciting with 5 out of 6 stages ending in a sprint, and all 5 being won by the same guy, Paul Magnier, and then the other stage being won by Paul Double. So Paul's all over the place. And then what was it? The Tour of Holland? That was actually kind of interesting to see. New race.
It was a nice approach, the way the graphics and stuff. You see, it took the Formula One kind of approach, didn't they? I think, if I recall, I remember hearing on the broadcast, like the Zandvoort owners of the event, they organized it and things like that. So, I mean, you had the BMX things on the
start line on the prologue. That was really, really cool and innovative. I like that. Yeah, just in general, I think it's like a cool new race getting started. There's of course the safety issues with the Netherlands when they're organizing races, that they can't guarantee police presence, and that kind of resulted in cars on the course. So one stage did get neutralized or cancelled because of that. But yeah, we're not just talking about end of the season today, so we kind of just fell into that. But we're talking about the whole 2025 season, all the way back from January. Although I don't think any of the moments that we're going to talk about are Tour Down Under moments, unless you've instantly got some memories of Tour Down Unders or flashbacks.
I mean,
trauma.
No, not trauma. I actually enjoy. I mean, as a cycling fan, you enjoy watching things like that. What was it, in Domestique Live, actually, I think, during all of the stages during the night. And yeah, I mean, it's always fun to watch the Tour Down Under because it's always on edge until the end of the race, you know. Narvaez, obviously triumphing. That was quite a nice sight to see. I like Narvaez as a rider. So yeah,
and you've got Welsford there as well, just doing his thing of winning stages of the Tour Down Under.
I mean, yeah, you'd have the controversy of Van Poppel with he's doing his nice lead outs, and the UCI's yellow card was introduced there, actually, wasn't it, for the first time actually properly?
Yeah, and Van Poppel ended up having most yellow cards out of anyone in the season, and he kind of started off the season with maybe it being quite a telling that was going to be the way that it was going to end up being. That was a weird phrase, but let's go with it anyway. So the format for this podcast is that we've got, obviously, in the past week, we've had the Domestique Awards that went out on our social media. If you're not following those yet, what are you doing? Go over to Instagram, X, Blue Sky, whatever, and go follow them. If you had done that sooner, you could have voted in the awards. Now they've already been given out, so you're too late, but maybe next time. So the categories that we'll go into are best rider, which I think for the men is not going to take a very long time to discuss that.
It's going to be so long, isn't it?
Yeah, this people who are watching this, they'll see it's 2-hour podcast, and it's just about best rider with the men. So we got best rider, best sprinter, breakout talent, best domestique, most entertaining rider, best team, best one-day race, best stage race, your favorite moment, and the biggest surprise of the season. You can probably look at timestamps on YouTube if you want to go and find those. But yeah, let's start. And instantly, the most difficult discussion of this whole podcast: who was the best rider of the 2025 season with the men?
Oh, it's going to be such a shock, isn't it? Pogacar, obviously. I mean, his level, is it better than last year? You probably say yes, I think.
Yes, it is. Next question.
I mean, is it going to get better?
According to UAE, there's still room for improvements. Not a huge amount, but he can still win Roubaix and Milan-San Remo, and then he's basically finished cycling. So yeah, that's kind of it. So and of course he has to win the Vuelta. So do you think he's going to race the Vuelta next year?
You'd probably assume so. No, I don't think he's going to be doing the Giro, if that's what people say online and things like that.
No, I think the issue with the Vuelta for him next year is that basically it really does him no service with the eyes on the World Championships in Montreal, which is going to be a perfect course for him again. So he can win World Championship 3 years in a row. Like, would you give that up to do a Tour Vuelta double?
No, you'd go for the World Championships and try and go for 3 in a row, I guess, again, kind of thing. And then potentially the 2027 is in the French Alps kind of region, isn't it? So this is...
He's also going to try and go for that.
Let's be honest here, man. I think there might be a 4 in a row kind of thing, because there needs to be someone to challenge him. And at the minute, I don't think that anyone is on that level to be able to challenge him. Maybe in the future, you see people tip Sexas as a person who has the ability to do so. I mean, but like the pressure on the kid is not good, is it? I mean, for things like that.
No, definitely not. Yeah, to get back to who's the best rider, I think we're both just going to say it's Tadej Pogacar. Any statistics that came out this year will support that. Anyone who's crazy enough to argue that Tadej Pogacar is not the best cyclist of 2025, go to the comments and try and make a case for it. I will gladly read it.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what is... Do you think he can win Roubaix next year? I mean, this year was...
I mean, he was already quite close this year.
It was just unlucky, I think. Just do look at the draw with Roubaix, isn't it?
If he goes to the Velodrome with Van der Poel, he's probably still going to lose in the sprint.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the chances are like maybe like a 60-40 that Van der Poel wins that sprint versus Pogacar 70-30. Like, it's not a done deal that Van der Poel wins that sprint. But, yeah, he could win Paris-Roubaix next year. Same thing with Milan-San Remo.
A testament to Van der Poel there as well, because if it wasn't for Van der Poel, then you'd see a rider who'd win flipping everything in 2025.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, we should be very happy that Van der Poel is there to kind of block that complete monopoly from Pogacar, because he did win. Yeah, but yeah, he won 3 monuments in a year. So, and the other 2 were Van der Poel. So it's not the most exciting time for cycling, maybe, but it's fun to watch in a different kind of way. Well, what's your best female rider for 2025?
Ferran Prevot, of course. I just like the way that she attacks and always giving her all, I mean, especially coming back to road cycling. Winning Roubaix like that by a significant margin, and obviously winning the Tour. It's just, what a rider, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And it's inspiring, I think, as well for French women as well coming up in the next generation. I think you see, obviously, Squeeban, obviously, with what she did, and other riders like that coming through, they're going to be so inspired by someone like that as a role model thing. So it's very nice to see.
Yeah, also just the versatility that she has in all different disciplines of cycling. That's great to have. Then there is, I would personally, going with the reigning champion of the Tour de France as best cyclist, it's not super unexpected, but I would kind of want to pick Marlon Reusser just because of how she's evolved as a rider.
Yeah, that's also a good one as well.
Because she kind of became more of a Grand Tour rider. Before she was like a classics rider, time trialist, and now she's like really going for the stage races as well. So, I would pick Marlon Reusser.
You could choose Eva, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a personal preference kind of thing.
Definitely. All right. That's all for our best riders. Let's maybe go to our best sprinters. Start off with the men. Who's your shot?
Tim Merlier. That is without a doubt, I think, just because he doesn't need to rely on such a big team. He can weave his way through out of danger. Like if he is, for example, maybe like 10 or 12 position out of position, he'll weave his way through just straight away to the right position at the right time. But also, obviously, Jonathan Milan did win the green jersey, so there was a point to him. But I think Milan won the green jersey because of his good climbing ability, actually. So, I would still say Merlier, I think.
I think it's a completely fair shout. Just to offer a little bit of counterbalance, I do think when it comes to direct speed, Milan comes the closest of all. Like if they go head-to-head straight line, like or equal lead out, I do think Merlier beats him 7 out of 10 times. But yeah, I think honestly, I will also just go and say Tim Merlier. I think it's just, he's the fastest guy, although he's got some competition within his own team. And I've heard from a couple of the Soudal Quickstep riders that if they do sprints on training camp, Merlier doesn't win all of the sprints, and sometimes Paul Magnier beats him. So
yeah, I recall Magnier breaking through last year in one of the Mallorca races. Dieter was always in my ear about Magnier, saying this guy is going to be the one, like sprinting. And yeah, I mean, he's certainly the one at the minute for French cycling and Soudal Quickstep. And it's going to be very interesting to see how he goes next year, because I think he has to maybe win races at a higher level.
I mean, that's kind of, it's kind of how we saw Arnaud Delis as well a couple of years ago. Winning all the 1.1 races is cool and all, but you kind of got to step it up. Although Paul Magnier did win quite a few World Tour level races this year,
the quality
5 stages in the Tour de Guangxi. So that's 5 World Tour wins.
Also nearly won Newsblad, didn't he?
Yeah, he got pretty close to Orange Gold, but he came flying like a rocket. But yeah, mistimed that. I think Tim Merlier, best sprinter of 2025 with the men, for sure. Best sprinter in 2025 with women is also...
That's a bit easy, isn't it?
It's easy. It's Bibis.
Anytime is a sprint. That literally you could put maybe a house on it and it would win every single time. It's crazy how much better she is than everyone else. Like generally.
Yeah, I mean, was she beaten in a sprint this year? We're kind of showing ourselves off as maybe amateurs if it's not the case, but I can't recall a sprint where...
I don't remember as well, no.
If she was there, that she got beaten.
It's the way that she wins every sprint by like bike lengths is so impressive.
Yeah, the acceleration is just like, okay, just she's gone.
Like Mario Kart, a bullet, you know what I mean? Straight away,
exactly.
Just boom, gone. Very, very impressive. And yeah, I mean, you don't have that in men's cycling, do you? A rider who can just win in sprints like that by such a significant margin. It's a testament to her ability.
No, you don't really have that. I mean, Merlid can sometimes do it, depending on the field he's up against, of course. But I seem to remember like some UAE tour wins that he does do the same thing and just blows everyone away. But yeah, well, Abibis in women's cycling is in a league of her own. That's for sure.
Yeah, very.
All right, next category is the breakout talent of 2025 with the men. Let's start off.
Del Toro is obviously going to be the one people say, aren't they? Really, I mean, is he a breakout though? Because in 2024 he was also good. So maybe would probably say Sexas probably as the breakout rider of 2025.
All right, so this is actually one of the awards that we ran on our social media, and what you said about Del Toro, it's true. Del Toro won our Breakthrough Rider Award, but you actually missed one rider who finished second place in that competition. That was Matthew Brennan.
That's not very good if a UK person forgets about Matthew Brennan.
No. And then, of course, you had Paul Seixas and Paul Magnier there as well. But to be fair, to me, last year, Isaac Del Toro was not a breakout rider. Yes, he won a race, so I think maybe even a few.
He was already a talent before and broke through.
Of course, he came out of the youth rankings as a massive talent. But what he did this year in the Giro, especially, and then of course everything that came after. But yeah, the Giro, that was kind of the moment where like, all right, this guy is something else. Like, sure, he won like a stage in the Tour Down Under the year before by like accelerating and staying ahead of the peloton, but that's one thing. But like actually, basically leading the Giro from what was it, stage 9 till stage 20. That's something else. Like that to me is the breakout performance of this year.
And coping mentally as well. I mean, as well as a young rider, and especially when you have, let's say, can we call him as a little snake? I don't know.
Let's not.
You have like a double agent in your team who doesn't want you to win, kind of thing.
I mean, he wasn't in the team for very long. He went home after a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, poor Fenneman, that eye swollen was pretty bad from the bee sting. Yeah, I mean, looked
very painful.
But Del Toro to go and cope really as well. I mean, stage 20 antics, you would say, there's both their fault for being idiots.
So this is about Del Toro and Carapaz, of course. I mean, yeah, both of them lost to Giro that day. But, at that age that Del Toro is at,
it's more Carapaz, yeah. More, you'd say that is, I don't know, like you'd look to the experience of Carapaz and say, why are you not riding, kind of thing, I mean. And Del Toro as well.
There was an interview, I think it was this week, where Del Toro did say that he was angry at his team at the end of that stage because nobody had told him that Wout van Aert was up the road and that Yates and that Yates had grouped up with Van Aert. But he didn't know that Van Aert was up the road. So if he had known, he would have gone after him, he said.
Yeah.
Is that just like, well, now you say that, but you probably still wouldn't have done it? Or is that actually a fair critique of his team as well?
It's a fair critique, isn't it? I mean, it's the role of the TS in the car to say the situation to your rider, what is going on. And he should be well informed about the situation ahead. I mean, it's schoolboy stuff, really. They didn't say to him that he's got Wout up the road. I mean, I don't understand how they allowed him in the break in the first place, but yeah.
It is a little bit of a thing with UAE of allowing Wout van Aert in the break and then Wout kind of being a very important rider later on in the stage. That's clearly how Visma just use him. Didn't really work out as well in the Tour, but of course in previous years in the Tour it's worked to great effect. Yeah, it's just like you see Wout van Aert in the break on the Queen stage of the Giro, maybe tell the guy who's wearing the pink jersey. I would do that.
It would help, wouldn't it? I mean,
yeah. So I think Del Toro is also winning it for me. For you as well, then. Or are you going to swap to Brennan? Because Brennan,
I'm going to swap to Brennan.
All right.
Domination. That's what it is, and it's like totally not UK bias, but just
a little bit.
I mean, if you come in and win like that and dominate in situations like he has done, I mean, I think I recalled the Tour of Norway actually when he was putting in some like wonderful climbing performances. There was the stage with Van Hills one. He was nearly out climbing and out sprinting actually Van Hills on a territory which Van Hills should theoretically walk in the park with his punch, and keeping up with that is crazy.
I mean, I would say also just his performance in Paris-Roubaix.
Yeah,
that just shows so much racecraft beyond just like pure sprinting speed or whatever. But still being where he was, I think like 40 Ks from the end of Paris-Roubaix. Like that's actually incredible.
Yeah, bodes well for
and
the
that
future.
Just goes to show like, okay, there's this guy has more than just the speed and the power. He knows exactly where he needs to be, and kind of the racecraft to get in those positions. It's not easy in a race like Paris-Roubaix where everyone knows, okay, I got to be there, or well, most people know, like I got to be in the top 20 in that corner, or else my race is over. You still got to be there, and everyone wants to be there. So
yeah, I mean, his like rider profile, I would say, is very similar to Sagan actually in terms of what he can do, in terms of like dominating in the sprints, in the classics. He has tremendous potential there, and also can climb very well for a sprinter. So yeah, I mean, the future is bright.
Green jerseys all over.
He could definitely win a green jersey, Matthew Brennan, in the future, and it's going to be. Would he go to the Tour
more
next
than
year?
one even?
He could also win a world championship, actually, I think, as well.
Depending on the course. I mean, a lot of riders can win world championships depending if the course suits them perfectly. So
yeah, I mean, that's the case.
Maybe by the time that Tadej Pogacar retires, there's going to be a lot more options for a lot more different riders. But let's take a look at the breakthrough rider for 2025 at the women's category. You want me to first run down the nominees for
Let's go through the nominees.
Our award?
I have my choice, but you can say the nominees.
All right. So the nominees were Kat Ferguson, Maeva Squiban, Isabella Holmgren, and Monica Trinket-Colonel.
And I'm going to choose Maeva Squiban, obviously. I think Tour bias again, but to go and do that as a young rider in the Tour, in your home race, to go and win like that from the breakaway, I mean, intelligence as well was something that you would see from a rider who is very experienced, not a young rider,
Yeah, I mean, this category is actually, in terms of voting, the closest of all, with Squiban taking 38.5% of the vote. But Kat Ferguson actually took 40.4% of the vote. So Kat Ferguson actually won that in our competition. And I would actually also say that that's right. I mean, Squiban has had an amazing season with the Tour de France Femmes. Double stage win. Like, of course, it's amazing. But yeah, Kat Ferguson's season, just coming out of the U23 ranks, winning multiple races. Well, I think just overall a better season.
Quality of Squiban's win, so
it's a close one. Like, you could go either way with this one. All right, we don't have to pick one. We can just say who we prefer. Yeah. Next category is one that we're kind of named after, and it's called Best Domestique. And we're not picking the best person who works at Domestique. Don't worry, we all know who's winning that. But let's talk about the best men's Domestique for 2025.
Novak.
Domen Novak?
Yeah, Domen Novak.
He was not even in the top 4 in our competition. No.
Who was
Should I go through the nominees?
Go through the 4 nominees because of that.
All right. So we have Sylvain Dillier, Simone Consoni, Jonathan Narvaez, and Victor Campenaerts. And the winner was quite unanimous. Well, there were 2 main contenders, and the winner was one with quite a big margin.
Obviously, Victor Campenaerts, people would choose that for Victor. So, actually, was very good in the Tour with his climbing performances. I mean, and that is some of the best climbing he's actually ever done, I think, maybe.
I mean, it is. Considering how, well, not at all a climber he was in the past. Classics, right? Or TT specialist. And then suddenly Mountain Domestique. Huh? But
it doesn't make any
it's
sense.
The nose strips.
Taking out the hairs in the nose, it all makes the difference, all adds up, all the marginal gains.
No glasses. Yeah.
I still don't know how Novak was nominated though. I mean, you see all the UAE riders.
I think with Novak, I do kind of get it because this year he was less decisive. I think last year in the Giro for Pogačar, he was super decisive. This year, I think Narvaez was probably taking on more of that like lead out role, but it's kind of like you have different domestiques for different parts of the races, and Novak has just been
like the dirty work.
Still not everyone appreciates that as much as being the lead out guy. But then again, Sylvain Dillier was nominated here, and he's very much the dirty work type of guy who just sits on the front for 150 Ks. Didn't he and Novak combine that on Milan-San Remo? Yeah, they're just beasts, both of them. Just be able to do that. Yeah, Campenaerts. I can see why he won. But
yeah, I can. It's nice. But like, did he make the difference to win? So you'd maybe say Narvaez. I mean, what was in the Tour when he was setting up that flipping lead out or on the climb? Sprint.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with I don't think that Campenaerts really set up any big wins. I mean, he was part of the Vuelta squad, of course, which got Vingegaard a win. But even in the Vuelta, he wasn't super decisive, in my opinion. He was already kind of like after a Tour, was already a bit less. I mean, he was still good. Definitely not.
He's doing all right on the cancelled Bilbao stage, actually. I think Campenaerts.
Yeah, that was a perfect stage for him. It's also a stage they really wanted to win, but then of course the stage got cancelled. But Vingegaard was in a great position to win that. All right. Next category is the best domestique among the women. I'll just go through the nominees again. So we have Femke de Vries, Brody Chapman, Justine Kekire, and Barbara Guarischi.
It's going to be obvious there, I think, as well, for what the people voted for. Justine Kekire. That's my best Flemish impression.
It's not great. But
it's not great, is it? Yeah. I mean, what she did for Gigante to even put her in a position to compete for a Tour victory, especially with just like a helping hand kind of thing, isn't it? Like giving the help to a young rider like Gigante with all of the mental problems kind of thing with descending and things like that, giving the advice and support which a young rider needs in those situations is very, very nice, and what everyone should want in a teammate, really, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you'll see among a lot of these nominees and categories and who wins. The Tour de France is like the deciding factor, really. So Justine Kekire was super visible in the Tour de France Femme. So she did win this in our competition. And to be fair, I think it's also, I think it's a more than fair win to be able to offer that encouragement quite loudly, but apparently appreciated. I mean, it's super valuable. And of course, for Kim Lacour as well in Liège-Bastogne-Liège, she also did a tremendous job there. And she won the Belgian championship the year before. Like, just super good season for her. Any more comments on that?
I mean, that's richly deserved, I think, for Justine. But for the men, I think Novak was robbed.
Okay. Well, let's go on to the next one, and that's best team of 2025.
That's going to be such a debate.
Is it? Is it going to be a debate? Because I'm going to say UAE Team Emirates XRG.
What? No way!
Men.
Oh, what a shock! 95
terrible
wins.
Surprise.
I don't think that's not getting beaten. I don't think ever.
I think they will. They're the only team that is capable of doing it.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe with Al Visma has maybe kind of declined with their level a bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've lost the classics kind of look. Quickstep, obviously, the classics. Will they come back next year? Maybe you could see something there.
I mean, they've built the squad up for it, for sure.
Little Trek getting, obviously, the investment with Lidl buying, I think, didn't they buy the whole kind of majority share of the team? Mm-hmm. And then you get Decathlon with the new shipping partner. They could be a force in the next couple of years if they keep pumping in the money and with developing their talent. Yeah, Red Bull. I think the Red Bull project, in my opinion, is a bit. I don't know. It's a bit.
Is
like
this just Remco hate?
No, it's not Remco hate. I think even before this season for Red Bull has not been very good.
No, that's true. We did not give them a very high score in the verdict for this year. But considering their budget, considering their ambitions,
they would have definitely expected more. Yeah,
it's not been great. Of course, I mean they finished third in the Tour. That's pretty good.
It's good, yeah. But the classics as well. I mean, they invested so much in the classic squad to then have so many of the same type of riders. I mean,
you had they brought in Lascano and Pissy and Van Gils. I mean, Van Gils had injuries throughout the whole spring. Lascano was potentially doped. Who knows? I don't want to say that he was, but he's currently
provisionally suspended.
Suspended, that was the word, thank you, for irregularities in his blood passport. And Pissy, I don't know.
You have the Van Dijk, one of the Van Dijk twins as well, don't you, as well? They brought in as well. Yeah, I mean...
But yeah, do you really expect them to head for results, Van Dijk?
I mean, they did well in Paris-Roubaix prior. I mean, obviously...
Yeah, okay, like 11th place or something.
Obviously, with the situation with Lascano, they probably expected Lascano to maybe get some results around there, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you have a Roglic who's only won, I think, 3 races this year. All of it was at Catalonia.
Roglic is fun to watch, though. Roglic is pure vibes.
Incredibly entertaining. But you can't say that he's had a great season, and that just kind of goes for the rest of his team as well. But you have Pellizzari, you have my memory is gone. I'm 31, turning 32 in a few weeks, and my memory's just gone. Florian Lipowitz, that's the one I was thinking of. You have great talent coming up. You add Remco to that. It should be a great team.
Next year for the Grand Tour still. Next year, I think maybe for the Grand Tour is going to be interesting to see what Remco does. I would like to see Remco in the Giro. I think that would be very nice to see, and I think he can be one of the main guys to win. Now, it would be nice to see him competing against Vingegaard without Pogačar there. I think that will, because obviously you've seen it in the 2024 tour when I think Evenepoel said one time he didn't have the balls to race or something like that.
Yeah,
that was quite a funny one.
I mean, you had it in the 2023 Vuelta where they did race against each other without Pogačar there. Or was that?
I think it was, yeah.
So. Yeah. And then I think with the Vuelta and the Giro for Remco, I think it's really going to depend on the time trial kilometers. The Tour has an abysmally low amount of time trial kilometers. So, like, if the Giro really wants to tempt Remco into coming, like, put in like 70 kilometers time trial, he'll be there, because that's a free Giro for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to probably do Evenepoel, the Giro, and the Tour, and let Roglic do the Vuelta, I think, just to go for a fifth Vuelta. I think for Roglic, that would be nice for him. So,
kind of a send-off gift. Here's Vuelta.
Yeah, it would be actually quite sad. He's a character, isn't he? I mean, you need those in cycling. But like, it would be nice to see Remco do some of the classics next year as well. I think I would like to see him in the Ronde, actually. That's a big wish of mine, to see Remco up against Van der Poel and Pogacar on the Cormont. That would be insane.
Ooh, that would be incredible. I mean, when Red Bull announced him, they did say that they wanted to use him in one-day races more. I'm not sure if they would put him in the Ronde, but
I think maybe it's a bit of a bit of a shaky moment for them if they put him in there, considering you can easily crash in end your season.
Yeah, but Pogacar's there as well, so you know.
Pogacar's there. You say, just say gun it and just say, yep, we're going.
Yeah, Pogacar rides Paris-Roubaix. Like, which other GC man will do that? Nobody. It's just Pogacar is enjoying himself.
Yeah, we're going back to UAE, I think, actually, as well. At 95 are going to be beaten if the... It's interesting.
I don't think any team can beat them, because also all the other teams are kind of scaling up at a similar pace.
Yeah.
So, like, to be able to beat 95 wins, you need a certain level of dominance. Like, you have to be head and shoulders above the rest, which UAE is right now. But even if another team kind of scales up to match, they're not going to be able to surpass that 95.
They take wins
UAE
off each
is still going to win a lot.
Yeah. So it won't be beaten, I think, 95.
No, I don't think either. But I do think UAE could do it. Especially with Del Toro maybe even being a bit more of a winner next year. I mean, he was already, how many wins? 16?
Something
then
like that.
He's already got 2 for next year with winning the both Mexican titles. So that's a good way to start off the next season. Already 2 on the counter. All right, best team with the women. Typically, this is an easy one to win for Team As He Works Pro Time.
It was quite interesting this year because there was different types of wins.
Yeah, I mean, the dominance of the past years is gone.
Yeah.
Because of the riders who've left, and Kopecky did not have a very good season. So, yeah, I think usually this is one just instantly you would say As He Worked Pro Time, and that's end of discussion. But I think this year there's actually a discussion to be had.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, it's quite even, isn't it? I think maybe between 4 teams.
Yeah, you could say Visma. You could say FDG, or you could even potentially say Movistar.
Like, or even maybe,
or even Little, like,
or even for
a lot of team. Well. Exactly, like in terms of competition between the teams, the women's cycling it's so much better.
Yeah, I mean, the races are mostly more entertaining as well. I mean,
true.
The outcome you can watch the race and say, don't know what's going to happen. But then with the men's, you know what's going to happen. So, but yeah, I mean, if I was to choose one, it's really hard, isn't it? Maybe we'd have to say Visma's kind of carried a little bit by Ferran Bravo a bit.
Oh, you have Voss there as well, huh?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. In fact, yeah, go on then, yeah.
You're going for
Visma? It's between Visma and SD Works.
All right. It's super fair. I'm still going to go with SD Works, I think. Largely with, like, it's not as much anymore in the Grand Tours, but with Wiebes there, and a good Kopecky in some of the classics, you know, that's still an insane squad.
It's going to be interesting to see, I think, how FDJ Suez go next year. now they've had a year with Vollering actually. So now how she can
have learned a lot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've seen the WorldTour. I mean, that was a walk in the park for us. So
true.
But yeah, going to the tour as well. That's going to be interesting how she then takes on Ferran Prevost. So it's going to be quite a fight.
All right. What was in 2025 your favorite one-day race?
Trober-Lyon.
How? Why?
How? Because have you seen the race? It's just pure chaos, isn't it? Just absolutely chucking it down with rain, everything. The race situation, it changed so much. You did one thing, then another thing would happen, and another thing. Generally, and obviously you get the pig for winning the race. So the piglet is quite a cool race. So I think that would have to be my choice.
I would say Milan-San Remo.
Yeah,
maybe a bit more of a boring pick. It did also win our award for most entertaining race for 2025. But it is just the different type of racing it was done this year. And with Ghana just coming back and stuff like that, it was fucking great.
Milan-San Remo is obviously the best, like 20-25 minutes of the cycling season. It will always be that way because of how tense it is.
From Cipressa on, that was just good racing to the line, exciting.
But Trober-Lyon, that was honestly crazy race. It is so fun.
I'm kind of surprised that you're not saying Omloop, but
Omloop was a what the F moment kind of thing.
Yeah,
because not a single person would have guessed that what happened there. What other races? It's been interesting. The Giro Stage 20 that count as a first race.
No, we're talking about one day races right now.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, Giro Stage 20 or Stage 9 in the gravel. Both of those were amazing.
Boom, 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 Welcher. And also like what other races?
I mean, there was also the nomination for Tour de France Stage 21. I think that is cool. Fair, but also just because of the conditions that it was racing and the fact that GC was neutralized, that kind of just enabled that.
Paris-Roubaix was cool as well, I think. Just because it was Van der Poel and Pogacar, and you have the unknown of what Pogacar could do on the cobbles. That brought in quite a lot of suspense, I think.
True. And then you also kind of see Van der Poel having to race in a slightly different way to kind of counter Pogacar, like attacking on the flat road after Wallers. It kind of just goes to show like the racecraft needed. And then you see like a 60-kilogram rider having to chase that, being Pogacar.
Also, it was under the caution, and that's a football term in England, a little bit with his hunger, actually, wasn't it, as well? He was feeding the Pogacar, so it was like desperately trying to not bonk. So that was a...
Yeah, I mean, makes sense, though. It's not a race that suits Pogacar to the core, so he had to pay more attention to all the details. Yeah, for me, it was Milan-San Remo. For you, Trober-Lyon.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should probably watch the highlights or see as well, because the way it was run actually as well, it was a beautiful teamwork from Decathlon with Tronchon and Galfrat.
Yeah, you go for it. Like, if you want to give more of the highlights of Trober-Lyon, go for it.
Very generally, lovely watch.
Yeah, you can go find that online. For the women's race, so the most exciting one-day race, I'm going to already just go out and say it was Paris-Roubaix.
World Championships, because that's
Worlds were really good as well.
Because I don't think not a single cycling expert would have said the outcome of that race would have happened. No chance.
No. I'm very curious who took a winning bet on that race. Because they're millionaires now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's true. And then you also have the Liège. I think that was also really, really good. But I think for me, it's still Paris-Roubaix. With Pauline-Ferrand-Prévot. That was just... I did not expect her to be able to do that. And then she just goes away, and Vos kind of shuts everything down that comes behind it. It's such a great teamwork as well.
That's fair enough.
So for you, it's world champion road race?
Yeah, because of the unpredictability of the race. I mean, that's what you want to watch, really, as fans of sport. You want unpredictability and entertainment, and that delivered it throughout, really. I mean, you had the big favourites behind, all just sitting there like, oh, what's going on there? And they had no clue who was up the road. It's very nice.
I mean, it's the lack of earpieces as well in that race, which of course does make it a little bit more entertaining. But yeah, we've said it before in this podcast and even in this episode. The women's cycling is so much more unpredictable. It's so much more entertaining to watch. So if you've not started watching it yet, start. It's so much better than, or less predictable than just seeing Pogacar go off at 90 Ks and that's it. Anyway, enough of my rant. Best stage race of the year for the men. Let's go.
Giro. That's a pretty easy one, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
They had everything, I think. You had the start in Albania, which was very nice in Mats Pedersen, and very deserved, actually.
That stage one.
You had that big climb, but then it was raced very, very passively, which was a bit of a letdown, I think. You could have had some nice moments there, and then obviously you had the win in Siena, which was that's quite a cool thing that happened there, and the scenes that came through that. You had Del Toro's Breakout. You had Ayuso there as well, causing mayhem.
Carapaz wins. The win from Carapaz, that was amazing.
Carapaz, a beautiful victory as well. Yeah, and then
the story with the mountain.
You could write it, could you, as a movie script? I mean, on a climb which was ever so...
The Finestra, the place where he lost the Giro so many years ago. Now he goes and wins the Giro on the same mountain. It's beautiful. I think the Giro just has to win this. Yeah,
it was also quite nice with some of the stages, I think.
I mean, some of the stages in the Tour were nice, but you kind of knew.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Tour with the specific individual stages was quite a sight to behold. You had the opening week with Pogacar and Van der Poel scrapping on Mur de Bretagne. You had the one on the Boulogne-Sommet on stage 2, which was a very nice thing for Van der Poel to go in the yellow jersey. You had Abrahamsen with his breakaway heroics ahead of Schmid, and then both of them holding off Van der Poel, which was very nice to see. You had some fun sprint stages. Yeah, you had there was one where Wout nearly outsprint Milan on, I think, was it around stage 9 or something like that, I think.
True. Yeah, that also happened. Kind of incredible how all that happened. Kind of forgot about it. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah, then you had Pogacar's climbing performances and the TT. You sit there like, what the like that kind of thing. And also Vingegaard also in opening week, how well he kept up with Pogacar's short punch. I think many people would not have expected Vingegaard to be able to cope with that short punch kind of thing.
Yeah, he definitely kind of worked on that a lot to be able to keep up with that, but then in the higher mountains kind of fell off.
It negated the high mountain ability, didn't it, I think? And also you got, obviously for you, Remco with the time trial. Was it in, what city was it in, like Cannes or something like that? I think it was. I
can't remember where it was, but yeah, of course, him winning the time trial, it's great. Then the mountain time trial, not so great, and then the abandon 2 days later. But still, I would still say the Giro takes it quite easily. Is there any 1 week race where we're like, ooh, that was really good as well?
Dauphiné was good, I think, as well.
Dauphiné was all right.
Yeah, I mean, the opening stage is like, whoa.
Yeah, the first stage was really amazing. What was that? with the Vingegaard attacks and just going off at 5 of them. Basically, Pogacar winning a bunch sprint.
Catalonia was nice, I think, with Roglic.
Paris-Nice? That was kind of nice till the last day.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, I mean, obviously Jorgensen, when he had Vingegaard with him as well, until Vingegaard was out with concussion, which is very sad. Jorgensen owns Paris-Nice at the minute. It's like a modern day Sean Kelly.
It kind of is. But yeah, I think just in general, does one belong to the Giro.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 more categories to go. And the next one is your favorite moment. Just for the whole season, your favorite moment.
It's hard to pick one, isn't it? I'm going to choose 3.
You're ignoring the rules.
Yeah, I break the rules. What a rule breaker. I mean, yeah, Wout's victory in Siena, I think, is maybe like a top one, I think. Just because he proved a lot of people wrong. And the scenes that came with it. Wout again in Champs-Élysées on Montmartre.
The only person to drop Pogacar.
That is still a crazy thing. I don't understand that still to this day. And then also, I would say, I'm going to go Abrahamson's victory.
In the Tour.
In the Tour. I mean, I was very, very happy with that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, all understandable moments. I'm going to go, because I'm going to be equally biased as you with your UNOX bias. I'm going to go Remco bias and say World Championship TT when he caught Pogacar.
But then it backfired.
Yeah, sure, it backfired the week after, but I mean, come on. It was kind of like, oh my God, he's going to catch him, isn't he? That's going to be
it's like a top 10 aura moments, I think.
Exactly.
When he went past in there, man.
Sure, yeah, TT specialist only, and in the road race he gets dropped and yeah, whatever. But yeah, just as a moment of, oh my God, he's actually doing this. He's gonna catch Pogacar. Yeah, that to me. I do also just want to say Amstel Gold. We haven't talked about Amstel Gold.
Yeah,
Amstel Gold was really good this year. Skelmo is winning it in the sprint against Remco and Pogacar. Like, that's also a crazy moment.
The Brabant piece as well. I mean,
with Remco and Wout. Yeah,
you would not have expected Remco to. Well, obviously, Wout was still kind of reveling in from his horrific knee injury with the
and Remco was just coming out of injury as well. But still, that was incredible to see them, and Remco and Wout sprinting against each other. You don't get to see that every week, and then Remco winning it. But apparently Remco was riding so hard in the previous kilometers that he just killed Wout's legs already. But fair play. But we haven't talked about Amstel Gold. I think Amstel Gold deserves a mention in this podcast because it was such an amazing race.
Yeah, it was all set up by the mastermind, Alaphilippe, when he attacked and sent Pogacar with him. I mean, Alaphilippe was pure genius there, actually. Alaphilippe should do it more often, you know.
Just any teams, get Alaphilippe in your team. He's not going to win the race, but he's going to make Pogacar lose the race. Because Pogacar is going to follow him. Yeah, just like Pogacar getting caught really doesn't happen that much. So Pogacar goes off on a solo and gets caught by Remco and Skelmos. Yeah, that's an amazing moment in itself already.
It was a testament, I think. Caught. A testament to Evenepoel and Skelmos, actually, the level that was on there. And obviously...
But also the attitude of, don't give up. Okay, Pogacar's on the road. You could say, like, okay, race over. He's gone. Let's race for second and third place. No, keep racing for the win. It's possible to beat him.
It's the Evenepoel mentality, isn't it? So, of never giving up, I think. It's like John Cena there. As well. But, like, when you've seen the three of them together, I think if people obviously knew about Skelmos' sprint, I think people obviously would have said Skelmos.
I mean, I said it when I was watching with my family. Like, the Skelmos has an insane kick. Like,
Shelmo's sprint is insane, I think, really, for a climber.
Yeah.
But Pogacar's as well is also very good, but also Evenepoel's sprint has improved quite a lot over the years. You've seen it in San Sebastian previously, I think 2024. I think he did it there, did a nice sprint there. And obviously, I think
his sprint's all right these days. It's not top level or anything, but he's able to put in a proper.
It could
kick,
be better as well. I mean, as well, considering he has that nasty shoulder injury, which could have maybe even. I think maybe
that
even
probably
talked
played
about
into it a little bit. But
yeah, I think it maybe even talked about.
We're not going to make excuses, are we?
Didn't it? I mean, if that injury was a bit worse, I mean, he would have retired. No, I think. It's like really,
there was some talk of that it was pretty bad, especially he'd fallen on that shoulder before, and yeah, it was just not a good one. So no. Then maybe for the last category of this year, biggest surprise.
There was so many surprises again. I think in terms of pure, like, let's call it a WTF moment, I think you have to look at your phone again. If it's on social media, I think Kian Oosterbrooks to Movistar, that is a genuine surprise moment. Like, no one knew that was going to happen. And you look at your phone, and you're like, oh, is this a fake account? And I was like, oh my God, it's actually a real account.
Yeah, it's April 1st already. Like, no, it's actually transfer for Kian Oosterbrooks to Movistar. It's like, huh?
I think Amstel Gold also has to be up there for a surprise, because you don't think Pogacar is going to be beaten. It's like David beating Goliath.
True. You know what? I'm surprised that you didn't mention this, but I'm going to say Waterskild in Omloop. I mean, Omloop's not the biggest win. I mean, for a Belgian, Omloop is super important. So I would say that, yeah, Waterskild, where did he come from? Like, no, that to me was like a WTF moment. Like, wait, who?
That's like I was speaking to Johannes Koolse before, actually, of Uniwex, where he was saying that was just meant to be for Warrenschild, where it's like everything opened up for him, and he was like, it's a crazy shit moment that happened there.
Makes sense. It was like what? And of course, I knew that you were going to be annoying about it and say, like, guys,
that was a pure celebrate with joy moment there. And especially as well, also, I think a surprise, the Unibet Tietema Rockets, actually, as well, with how well they did with Kubis as well. I think Kubis
had an amazing season.
I don't think many people would have expected him to perform that well. I mean, if Lady Luck turned on his side, I think he would have been getting a lot more wins. It's just a shame he had to face Manier in the Czech Tour. So
true. Yeah, I think that's all very fair shouts. To maybe wrap up this podcast, I just want to give a quick shout out to the Hot Seat podcast, who's recording later today, and you will see an episode of the day after this one comes out. That will be with Cole Kessler. So that's something to look forward to. If you've not listened to the Hot Seat yet, go give it a listen. And yeah, for the rest of your cycling news, go to domestiquecycling.com. If you haven't yet, I don't know what you're doing, but go do that. And follow us on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Facebook, TikTok,
LinkedIn.
Whatever. LinkedIn. You can do it on LinkedIn as well. We're on LinkedIn. Yeah, sure. You go do that.
There's also one more thing we got to mention, I think. I'm also... if there's any viewers who are going to be going to Ruler Live, I think it's in the pipeline that me and Joe Morgan may be heading to Ruler Live. So if any of the followers of Domestique want to engage or interact with us, and we can say hello, it'll be quite cool to see the viewers there.
Come say hi to Ethan and Joe for sure. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's podcast and talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.